Peace, black family. This video is about Gloria Bambo, who was found hung in a garage, in her roommate's garage in McKinley, Texas. Now, the McKinley police, they have ruled her death as a suicide, and they've interviewed the roommate. He's a 21-year-old Mzungu male. Well, he's a 20-year-old Mzungu male, and for those of you who don't know what the Mzungus are, it's a Swahili word for people of European descent. They said that the white male in question, who's a roommate, fully cooperated with the police, and they don't believe that there's any foul play in action. Well, I believe so, because he has the complexion for the protection. And also, Gloria Bambo, she went missing Thursday, and her body was found Sunday. So she went missing for a total of 3 days. And also there was repairs in the household that was going on during that time. So during the 3 days that she went missing, and all while there's people in that household, there's repairs being made, no one knows what happened to her, no one knows where she's at. Her body was in that garage. Now, personally, I believe that there's foul play at hand. We're not in the times where you can have white roommates. We're not in the times where you can be the only black person around a bunch of white people. Like I said in previous videos, you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what's going through their mind. You're the only black person around a bunch of white folks. They could be like, yeah, we finna get you. We finna kill this nigger. That's how they think. We're from two different societies, two different worlds. We think differently. We have a different culture. You have to protect yourself when you're in these type of situations. And the police, the McKinley police, they said that there is an ongoing investigation that's going on right now. I don't believe that, because they already ruled her death as a suicide. If they ruled her death as a suicide, how is there an ongoing investigation? They came to a conclusion that this death is a suicide. And whenever they find a black person hung, they'll immediately say that it's a suicide. Black people do not commit suicide. Statistically, we're the lowest racial group that commits suicide. And when black men commit suicide, more than often they'll shoot themselves. When women commit suicide, they'll take pills or poison themselves because they want to look good at their funeral. Now, Gloria Bambo, if I'm saying her name right, she's an African who is in America studying, and many of our African brothers and sisters, they come to America with the mentality that that they may not face the same fate, or they may not be treated as African Americans are treated. Well, I want to tell my African brothers and sisters, your skin is black like us. They see you as a nigger. They see you as a prisoner of war. They see you as a second-class citizen. They see you as lower than a human being, just as well as they see us that way. So you have to act accordingly when you're around the Mzungus. So, and like I said, some black people, they do these things to themselves because they act cuckoo. They put themselves in these type of situations where this stuff could potentially happen to them. Just like the black man who was almost lynched recently, and it was white passers-by who stopped this from happening. He came in contact with proud Confederates, and they claimed that the land he was approaching on private property, which it wasn't private property that he was approaching on, and he ended up going away because of their hostility. But he returned and tried to go back to reason with them. Now, these are people who are Confederates. How could you reason with them? They believe that black people should be enslaved. You cannot just have a conversation with them and reason with them. It would take years for them to change their mind, and they would have to change their mind on their own. But back to this case. Justice for Gloria Bambo. They need to release the identity of her white roommate and release the address. Since the police are not going to do a thorough investigation, we as the people, we have to render people justice, vigilante justice. Release his name and his identification and release the address and his whereabouts so we can question him and question all of those involved and get to the bottom of this. Because the police are not going to give us justice. And you know, the civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, he's involved in this case, and we can't trust him anyway. He's an agent. He's a Sambo. So whenever Lee Merritt is involved, you have to be wary of this and be cautious of his actions, because he's proven not to be trustworthy at all, especially after that Amber Geiger case with Botham John. After he sent that, because I believe Lee Merritt put that Botham John's brother up to do what he did and embarrass us like that. But leave a comment in the comment section below, Black family. Tell me what your opinions are about this case, and keep the heat on them. Keep the fire on them. The mainstream media is not giving this case much attention. We have to get online and on social media and do what we can do. Peace, Black family.